Welcome back, it's me, Lou. Today will be a special video as I present to you my newest LEGO creation. From the historical, legendary, and most popular anime of all time, we have the Gundam Mobile Suit RX-78-2 in all its glory. Alright, so I was a child of the 80s and 90s and I grew up on big effing robots. Stuff like Transformers, Voltron, Robotech, and Gundam. This is the stuff that really intrigued me as a child growing up, and even into adulthood, I am just completely enamored and fascinated with these big, giant mechs. So I'm going to be presenting some LEGO MOCs at this coming Brick World Chicago 2026, and I kind of wanted to create a showcase piece for my display. So what better showcase piece than the Gundam RX-78-2. Now this is probably the most iconic of the mobile suits in the Gundam franchise history. The iconic colors have so much contrast with the blue, the yellow, the red, and the white. For me, whenever I think of a Gundam, the RX-78-2 is the first mech that comes to mind. But I kind of wanted to do my own spin on it. Traditionally, the RX-78-2, it's a little bit more leaner, a lot more streamlined. And one of my favorite mobile suits from the world of Gundam is this RX-78 GP01, also known as Zephyranthes. And there was elements of that mech from Stardust Memory that I really wanted to incorporate into my design. I kind of appreciated the bulkier build of the GP01. So I kind of incorporated that into the legs and the shoulders, but I still wanted to retain the iconic features of the original mobile suit. Much like the original suit, mine is outfitted with the beam rifle, which we see in its right arm. I also have the iconic shield with the red, the white, and the yellow cross. There's also the peeping visor towards the top. On the back, which you can't see, I have the handles for the beam sabers. And for me, this was kind of like a dream come true. Creating the RX-78-2, it was just such an iconic visage whenever I think of the world of anime, especially stuff that revolves around mechs. But I didn't want to leave it just alone. I kind of wanted to create an environment for it. So I was kind of thought to myself, in the world of Gunpla, which is Gundam model building, a popular diorama and display is always taking your model and placing it into a Gundam hangar. So I kind of did that myself. I'm a big fan of like mech hangars, mech factories, and I kind of wanted to recreate that kind of that vibe. So immediately I thought of what are some great colors that could like provide contrast against this beautiful mobile suit, but at the same time really embody that mechanical environment. So I kind of thought, you know what, I'll go with some gray, some yellow, and I kind of outfitted it with a very industrial look. I even created a couple of maintenance vehicles, which you see here. We have a small little fueling station. And then there's some ladders and stairs. And also, just for the fun of it, I kind of made some minifigs of some popular Gundam characters, like the protagonist, Amuro Ray, which we see right here, and Sayla Mass. So this was something that is very near and dear to my heart. I just love mechs, I love mobile suits, and Gundam is such a big thing nowadays. So yeah, this was a labor of love, and I enjoyed every minute of it. So yeah, let's take a closer look at this wonderful mobile suit. Alright, so let's get up close and personal with my Gundam mobile suit RX-78-2. Alright, so what we have here, we have an up close look at the head. And if you look beneath the head, there's a small window in the middle of the chest, and there is actually a cockpit with a pilot inside. We can pretend that Amuro Ray is piloting his fabled mech into battle. I talked earlier about the beam sabers, and you can see that towards the back over here. We have two beam saber handles with the backpack and the thrusters. If you look down towards the hangar, there's an observation platform, and we have a technician with a security guard. And then we of course have the iconic RX-78-2 shield mounted onto the left forearm of our mobile suit. And then if you come around here, you can notice the beam rifle outfitted in the right arm. Unfortunately, I did not take a piece count of this model. I just threw a bunch of like white, blue, yellow, and red bricks into like a bucket, and I just started building. When I ever build my MOCs, I never really have a plan other than, what colors and pieces do I need. I try to stick to more simple pieces, nothing too specialized. Over here we have the hangar bay itself, and you can see the maintenance crew. We have Amaru Ray on top of the stairs with Sayla Mass below. We have a fueling station, a little crane, and just a lot of cool little details. And as we zoom out, you can see the size of the mobile suit. It's a very large mech. If I could go back and redesign some things, I'd probably redo the joints. One of the inspirations for this Lego MOC was the Transformers Optimus Prime. And initially, I wanted to take the Optimus Prime Lego set and just reskin it as a Gundam. But that wouldn't work because I really wanted something much, much larger. If I had to go back and redesign the joints, I'd probably choose those kind of those flat spinning discs for the arms. And then the elbows, I'd probably find out some different way to do the elbow articulation. But yeah, the elbows, the knees, the elbows, the hips, and the shoulders are articulated. But the thing is, this thing is just so heavy, it doesn't hold any solid pose. But, overall, I'm really, really happy with the final thing. The head was probably the most challenging piece. To be honest, it's a bit too large in its proportions, but with what I had, it was like the best I could do. If I had to redesign the head, I'd probably make it, maybe 75% of the size it is now. But I really don't mind it looking a little bit disproportioned. It kind of embodies that stockier, like Lego minifig feel. But yeah, I was really, really happy with this. All right, so stick around for a small little slideshow, as we take a look at this thing up close and even more personal.